I know there's a lot of new sawmill owners out there, and this pretty much applies to everyone, especially the new sawmill owners. Try to learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make your own. Try to learn from the blood that I have seen so you don't have to look at your own. 99% of the time, it's a safe thing to do. Well, that's stupid. Yeah, exactly. So I've showed you a lot of pretty cool stuff over the years. And the video I'm gonna make today, just because I got a big old honking log on there and it just occurred to me I ought to cover it, ways to not get hurt at the sawmill. So this is gonna be real safety things you gotta worry about. I'm not talking about you're out digging a hole and you gotta put a hard hat on. No, these are things that I'm gonna cover today as I'm sawing, that I'm spotting as things that could kill you or me. I guess I'm worried about you, but I'm more worried about me. And things that I have seen draw blood, bone, injury in the past, either to me or some of my sawmilling buddies, some of the horror stories, and it's all gonna happen. Do my Vanna White. It's all gonna happen right here. Let's cover walking, and tripping. Let's cover the wasp that's flying around right now. Yes, you have probably tripped sometime in your life. Maybe even fallen over. Do you know what happens when you trip and fall around a sawmill? It's gonna hurt. You got big hunks of metal, you got sharp points, you got big pieces of wood. So one thing that I always teach my employees is the protect your face at all costs move. And there is that wasp. We're going to see where that little guy goes in because that's another health hazard. So when you're walking around a sawmill, you'll see me look down, you'll see me look here and this, that, but there's one thing in my mind. If I ever begin to fall, protect the vital organs and my face and roll and fall that way. Do not fall this way. This is something I teach my employees like the very first hour they're helping me. Fall away from the sawmill and fall away from the sharp metal. If you do trip and you're falling, your first reaction should be, oh, don't put your arms like this. I mean, you're gonna hit the ground. If you do that, you're probably gonna break your wrist. Your first reaction would be grab something to push off. It's a lot easier to fall and push than it is to get this in the face. And also you want to protect your face. If you're going down, there's really nothing. We're going to find out where that wasp is going. There's really nothing you can do. Then you need to take the impact here and here. If you stick your arms out hard, you're going to break them. If you put them like this, curl your wrists back. I know a buddy who broke both wrists. That was kind of funny. He showed up, both wrists in a cast next day. So don't do that. If you've ever played sports, you know this move. This is the kind of curl up like a bug, roll, try to land on your shoulder. Main thing is you put these in front of you so when you fall down and you're getting here, you hit this with your arms, hopefully your hands, and not your eyeball. So you'll never see me do it, hopefully. I won't. But you need to have ingrained in your mind, if you're going to fall, protect yourself so you don't die. The best thing, fall away from the mill. Do not land on this. Do not land on that. Put your arms like this. Protect your face, protect your organs, and go that way and not that way. I don't know how else to say it. If you've played sports before, you know, especially football, they teach you, one of the first things they do, teach you at Pee Wee football is they teach you how to fall. Any other organized sports, sure. Baseball, I'm sure if you ever played even up to high school baseball, they teach you how to slide into a base safely. You're gonna hit the ground. You're gonna get hit by a pitch. You gotta know how to react. And the best way to do it is not when the fastball's coming at your face or a big linebacker's about to cream you. So think about falling and falling protection. This, grab, push off, land safely. Hopefully you won't fall, but do not ever go that way. Always go that way. Incredibly important. A lot of ways to get stung at a sawmill. That is a real injury. If you have a sawmill, wasps will always try to nest in these little holes. And yeah, I probably get stung once or twice a year. It's pretty stupid. Unfortunately, wasps and bees are attracted to the saps and sugars in the logs. So if you're sawing a log and you are somewhere in the known world and there are wasps and hornets and bees, you might as well put out a sugar station because they're coming. In the fall, the yellow jackets are so mean, they'll just sting you because they want to. A lot of the other wasps will not. There's a big bee just went by. We know there's a wasp flying around in here. I don't see the nest, but the bottom line is, you know, there's a lot of things you can do. You can swat at them. You can go crazy. And get you a can of this. That's a whole lot more effective than waving around like a crazy person. Wasp stings, the first thing you think about is allergies and shock. Thankfully, I've never seen that. But I do know of one person who was so scared of it that they got attacked by a few little wasps. They started waving their arms around so much, I actually tore the rotator cuff in their shoulder. And it's still an injury from a wasp. Never even got stung. So don't do that. I mean, a lot of times you can take a pretty good swing at them and just bat them out of the way. Now, I have seen them where I batted them out of the way and they come right back at you. I remember I had one yellow jacket, I batted him away. He went that way, he came back at me. I hit him a second time. He went that way, came back at me, and this time I missed and he nailed me right in the armpit. That was bad. Just bam, wham, sucked. So, wasps, when you see one, take notice of it. When you're sawing, put that in your brain. Oh, look, there's a wasp around the sawmill. I mean, don't freak out. Don't tear your shoulder up. Don't go running away. Make a note of it. And if you see them going into holes and cavities and little bitty places, next time get your hot shot, go over there and hose it down. There, we found him. He is right, or she is right in there. Yep, got that one. Sweet. Dropping boards on your hand. I've seen that. I had a guy who worked in an oil rig. He was tough. He was a roughneck, Louisiana. Little Cajun guy. This guy was tough as nails, man. We were out here stacking wood one day. He gave me the old song and dance. I've worked on everything. I've done everything. I've seen everything. I'm so tough, you can't hurt me. And one day we were stacking some great big old slabs. And he tripped. And he went down to one knee. And you can see his face turn white as a ghost. I thought he put a pebble in his knee. Because that hurts. If you ever done that, that hurts. And then I looked down and saw that his hand was under a board. And it was a big board. It was a 2-inch slab, about yay wide. Green, right off the mill, probably weighed 150 pounds. He pulled his finger out. And it looked like a French fry that had been stomped on. You know, it was ugly. I mean, you can see the bone. It was like, oh man, this is gonna suck. Good news is it was just on the tip. Anyway, he went to the hospital. They fixed him up. He's okay. He never forgot that. Actually, he quit just a little while later because he says he's done a lot of things in his life, but working at a sawmill with me was probably the hardest thing he'd ever done. But the point of that is, if you got a board and if you're gonna fall or if you're doing something, drop the board. Incidentally, I asked him why he didn't. And he says in the world of oil rig training, I don't know if this is true or not, he says they teach you the last thing you ever do is drop something in your hand. Because if you're up on a derrick or something, you have a wrench, you trip, you drop the wrench, it comes down and punches somebody in the top of the head. They're wearing hard hats. So he said he had been trained to never drop anything. So he grabbed that board, and when he tripped and he went down, and that board went with him, and oh yeah, boom, it looked like a ketchup pack exploding. So my advice, don't do that. Let go of the board. You're not going to hurt it. I've also seen a lot of injuries where people are putting boards on stickers and they forget where the sticker is and they put it right on their finger and the sticker. Don't do that either. I've never seen that really injure somebody too hard, but I have seen them turn as white as a ghost. Anytime you got a big log like this, you need to at least get your loader arms up. So, for example, if it was to do that, like I just did, what rolls to the side, it cannot roll off the bed. This is how people get hurt. They'll either have arms down, and the log will land right here and crush them. And that log's probably, I don't know, 3,000 pounds. Or almost as bad as they'll leave the loader arm stuck out about halfway, and the log will roll onto the loader arm. And recently, a buddy of mine actually flipped his sawmill because it came over and got so much weight, and the arms were going down. It got so much momentum. It was on a slightly smaller mill, but it flipped the mill over. Lucky nobody got killed. So if you're a new sawmill owner, or even an experienced sawmill owner, this is something you really, really need to pay attention to. You can get hurt bad. So that's a couple safety tips right there. If you want to wonder just how heavy these logs can be, see this crinkled paint right here? This is powder coat. That means that these arms have been under such a load right here that it's actually bent the metal enough to crinkle the paint. That's a lot of load. Now you'll notice how I'm still leaving the arms up as a backstop for safety. Real gentle. See this toe board? It's hydraulic. Never, ever rotate a log on a hydraulic toe board with the toe board up. You can overpressure that line, blow it out. You'll get sprayed with hydraulic fluid, or you'll just blow the line. Either way, it's a bad thing. I don't know if that's an actual safety tip. Don't do it. The toe boards are not designed to take a 3,000-pound log slamming down on them. The bed rails are. So drop the toe boards before you do a rotation. Always. Doesn't even look like it's spinning. Does anybody know what this is for? And to say that it's to keep me cool is not an incorrect answer, because it's a nice fan that blows right on me. So even though I have a dust collector system and 95% of the dust goes out the dust collector chute, there's still 5% left in the air. But basically, if that stuff gets in your lungs, it's bad. Now, is it going to hurt you that day? Probably not, unless you're allergic to it. Is it going to hurt you over a period of years? Yeah. If you're going to be a long-term sawmiller over a period of years, then you don't need to be breathing the sawdust. So what's the answer? Get a big old fan and blow that thing right on your back. And I don't talk about no little fan. We're talking about a real fan. And that way you will see that sawdust coming this way. And you'll see it turn around and go back. That's a win. So that is a big safety tip. So here's another safety tip. Don't ever hang your saw bands on a small hook so they can all fall off and hit you when you walk by. I need to clean some of them up. These guys, right there, those are called saw blade catchers. So when this saw blade breaks, it goes slamming through there. The idea is it hits those fingers and bunches up in a big wad. But I have seen them not catch them, and the saw blade come right out here and slam into this wall. I've seen saw blades come out 2 or 3 feet. I've seen it punch through the heavy rubber tube that Wood-Mizer sells as a sawdust chute, and that's got to be one of the most important safety factors to keep you from getting a little bit of hairy carry right to the old gut sack. Is never, ever, never stand on this side of the sawmill when the head's going back and forth and the blade's running. Just do not. You are playing Russian roulette. I got mine against the wall to act as a shield, but most of the professional band millers that I know that if they're running and they're out in the open and somebody even walks on this side of the mill while the head's running or the band's turning, they will shut it off and just stare at them like, hey, I'm trying to saw here. Do not stand or get any personnel on that side. The band will come out, go right through you. There'll be a few stitches involved. Everybody's operation is different, but I don't like anybody standing in front of me when I'm sawing. There's too much going on here. I don't want to be watching them. I don't like people out. I don't like people out there. I don't like people out there. I sure don't like anybody there. When I'm sawing, I want everybody to be here, back. And really, there is no reason for anybody to be forward except, like, say, to load a new log or something like that, because with the drag back and the Hobby Hardwood shoes, everything's coming back here anyway. If you ever watch Norm Abrams on the old show, The New Yankee Workshop, he would say, and there's never any more important safety thing than wearing your safety glasses. I used to laugh at that. The reality is, it's true. When you got a sawdust going, when you have a sawmill going, there's sawdust going everywhere. There's one place you don't want sawdust, and that's in your eyes. Sawdust is kind of dry. Your eyes are a little wet. Sawdust hits it and it sticks. And you got two options. You can wash it out, or you can leave it in there and start scratching your cornea up. Typically, you want to stop. So I buy my safety glasses off Amazon. These have readers on them on the bottom, because I do wear glasses sometimes. It's hard for me to read. You know, my arms aren't long enough. So with these, I'm fully protected on the face. And when I look down at the display, I can read. Like I say, they're dirt cheap, 10, 12 bucks. I go through them more than I would like to. These are new. I've had them for about 2 days. I haven't got any big scratches on them, but let me tell you what, safety glasses have saved my eyeballs so many times. And it's not unusual within a month or so of me wearing something I'll look down and see where there's a big scratch or something, a big pock mark on it from who knows what. And that was either my face or my eyes that would have got nailed. And I just take them and throw them in a garbage can. A saw blade costs 45 bucks. Safety glasses cost 14. That's why when you watch my videos, you will never see me without them here or here, even on a shady day. I like the amber ones. I don't really like the dark ones that much, but the amber are really good. And safety glass is probably the most important thing you can do. I mean, I get so many people saying, you're sawing in shorts. Yeah, I am. It's hot. Long pants? I mean, seriously? Why would I want to hide legs this good? I'd lose half my viewers. I'm kidding. So anyway, let's get back to sawing. We still got this big old red oak log on here we got to butcher up. Quarter saw up. You got a short sleeve shirt on? Yeah, I do. You don't wear gloves? Now, we wear gloves out about once a week. Seriously, maybe every 2 weeks at most. So I got tired of buying gloves. Just get your hands a little tougher. You won't need the gloves. And some of the machines that we run, they specifically have on them, do not wear gloves. If you're running a planer, do not wear gloves. If you're running a straight line rip saw, do not wear gloves. You need to have that ability to feel, and you need to, if you're getting in a bad situation, you need to pull back real quick. As a matter of fact, I had a buddy who was running a big planer. He was wearing gloves. A little sliver got caught under the cuff. It went, the planer was feeding the board in, right? It had a little splinter on it. The board kept going in. The splinter got between the cuff and his hand. He never felt it, but he did feel it when it pulled that board in and it stuck that splinter right through his hand. He felt that one, and now he's stuck to the glove and the board. So he was able to shut the thing off before it ate him, which is good. Scared the living daylights out of him. and you will never see him wear gloves while running a planer or a straight line or something like that. Occasionally you will see me running it wearing gloves. Mainly it's just because there's some really nasty wood on there and I just don't want to get the stink on me more than I have to. I go on YouTube sometimes, yeah, you know, where I'm at, and I'll see people pulling on these big old beasties. Like, hey, y'all push and I'm gonna pull. I mean, it looks like this. It's like, are you kidding me? They're doing this. I'm not gonna cast aspersions as to the relative intelligence of pulling something that only weighs half the weight of a real log at me. But I'm old and brittle, and there ain't no way in the world I would pull this thing towards me with all this stuff, down here. That's a leg breaker. So no matter how you get this off, avoid the old, let's pull the Widowmaker or dead weight towards me. And if you can't push it off, then you need to have a piece of equipment to do it. Just don't do that. And you can try to use a cant hook. These things cause more injuries. I'm not a big fan of cant hooks. Trying to roll a log or something and the hook slips, they go face first right into the handle. I've seen it so much. These points need to be sharpened occasionally. I mean, sharpen them up. Put a grinder on them, something. When you put that point against the log, you want to dig in, not slip off. So yes, add that to your list of things to do. Sharpen your cant hook points. It's a tool, but it will bite you. Anyway, I'm going to show you the safe way to unload a log half if you have a hydraulic mill. If you don't have a hydraulic mill, then one of the best safety things you can do is to buy a hydraulic mill. I'm just saying, even an inexpensive one will save you a lot of pain. Give her a little roll. Yeah. Drop her down. And here's another reason why I don't like people standing real close to the sawmill. Because bang! We're going to pull this guy all the way back. The old B train of lumber coming home. Man, it's getting dull. I'm throwing slivers. Fire, according to my insurance guy, is the #1 claim against sawmills in the United States. Now, admittedly, in bad markets, sometimes those fires may be kind of self-inflicted because the business goes out of, sawmill going out of business, figures might as well throw a match on it, literally. But the reality is, one of the last things you want to do is build up so much sawdust that you are into fire zone. So typically you're going to see, I try to keep things pretty neat. I mean, I'm not like a neat freak. I mean, I've seen sawmills where the people can't even walk, or they had like trails cut through mountains of sawdust. If they hit a piece of metal and that metal sparks and it throws a couple sparks into that sawdust, if it hits the right spot, whoosh. Have a fire extinguisher nearby, or probably better yet, a big, long hose right there. I mean, typically, fires aren't just going to start up and get out of control. They're going to get out of control while you're trying to figure out how to put them out. You really just want to be aware that if you have a fire, have a way to put it out real quick. And that's a very important safety tip. You should always, always have that in the back of your mind. And if anybody comes up to you smoking a cigarette, you don't have to be mean, you don't have to be ugly, just say, get the out of my sawmill because you're trying to burn me down. Lit cigarettes around wood, bad. Now, if you guys run a sawmill and smoke, then, you know, be careful. Always wear hearing protection. I don't. I mean, I like to listen to what the sawmill's saying. On the edger, some of those screaming machines, yeah, you need hearing protection. Typically, I think OSHA requirement is around 85 dB. I hope I covered enough safety tips for today. I'm pretty much safetied out. How about we do a nice cinematographic flyby of the wood we just sawed up while being relatively safe. I know there's a lot of new sawmill owners out there, and this pretty much applies to everyone, especially the new sawmill owners. Try to learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make your own. Try to learn from the blood that I have seen so you don't have to look at your own. That way you can have more fun sawing and less fun driving to the emergency room getting stitches or staples. All in all, sawmilling is a very safe thing. Look, I still got all my fingers, I got all my toes. There's no reason to get hurt. The best safety tip is use that hunk of meat right here between your ears. And if it is a general rule, if you feel your heart rate going up doing something, that's your body and your mind going, oh, wait a minute, stop and think. So anytime I get that little, oh no, I stop and think. I mean, you've seen me sawing for quite some years now. I'm a pretty relaxed sawmiller. It's not new to me. It's routine. It's a business. You have to treat it like a business. You always hear these people say, 99% of the time, it's a safe thing to do. Well, that's stupid. I mean, really, that means 1 out of 100 chances you're going to get hurt. 365 days a year. If you take 50 off, 300 working days a year. That means 3 times a year you're going to get hurt? No. Do the math. It should be 0% chance of getting hurt. And even then there's a chance. So as you're looking at stuff, I'm not trying to lecture you or nothing. But I just want you to be safe. I want you to have fun because I have fun sawing and I want you to have fun sawing, and we will see you guys next week. And oh yeah, this quarter sawn red oak, 2 thumbs up on it. Appreciate y'all helping me. We will see y'all next week. Thanks for visiting our sawmill. Click on the links above to see more of our videos.